Hey guys, just doing another video on the 1979 10th anniversary edition Trans Am, one of 7,500 cars built in 79. This is an automatic, so it's the 403 Oldsmobile engine automatic, so one of around 5,600 cars. I think there was 1,800 and some change made with the 400 4-speed, but this is the Olds 403 automatic, which that's what I wanted. That's what I was shopping for, and that's what I purchased out of West Virginia. It's an 11,200 mile Trans Am when I bought it, all original, 11,200 mile Survivor car. There was some stuff that needed to be fixed and repaired, which I'll kind of talk about it and let you know what I've done to the car. And one of the things I've done, and again, this is original paint, original interior, and original decals. Okay. And I clay barred it. I did put on probably about 6 coats of wax on it, at least 6, 7 or 8 maybe coats of polish by hand, really to bring it out and pop it as best as I could, just to kind of brighten it up. A single stage paint back in 1979, wasn't base coat, clear coat. So I did get the wheels professionally polished and clear coated, so they are original wheels, but they were kind of in not very good shape. And then the tires were date coated from 2013, so I put on brand new tires, but I had all 4 wheels redone here in Southern California and re-cleared. One of the other things, the car was missing the silver decal and the 4-wheel disc brake decal. Those were missing. Those do peel off, fall off, and flake off, peel off. So those are easily gained aftermarket, where you can buy and then reapply. Also, this decal on the T-top, the mirrored T-tops, those usually flake off. These flake off, disappear, what have you. Those are aftermarket, but again, that stripe was charcoal, and you can get those from any F-body store. The rest of the decals on the car are original. So the tires, the other thing I had to do was really go to an exhaust shop. The exhaust is 2.5-inch MagnaFlow stainless steel, but the splitters, I do believe, are not factory correct. They're a knockoff, and they should be a little bit lower. On the original Trans Ams, I do believe the splitters were closer together and a little bit lower than these are on this particular car, but I don't care. They're fine. I'll leave them alone. No big deal. But just for those of you that wanted to know that information, and I'm sure I'll get a comment from somebody commenting on that, but again, I do believe they were closer and should be a little bit lower, but again, I don't care. They're gonna stay the way they are. I can see them, a little bit of chrome on both sides, and I'm fine with that. The car drives and handles great for a car that only had 11,200 miles on it, runs strong. I did want an automatic, didn't want the 4-speed. Sorry guys, for everybody that loves the 4-speeds and want a 4-speed, good for you. But I wanted the automatic, I wanted a cruiser, and the 403 runs great. Plenty of power, plenty of torque for me. You can cruise on the freeways, no big deal. You can pass the cars when you want to pass, and it's fine. So no issues there. The tach didn't work, so I did have to replace the little circuit board. And the clock worked, believe it or not, after 48 years. The clock worked, but the tach did not. So that is repaired, The AC's recharged. The power antenna, 8-track, AM, FM 8-track, and the power trunk all work. Everything else does work. The AC was recharged. That works. And you know what? The AC doesn't blow cold like a brand new car. It blows cold. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not the same like crawling into a brand new car and turning the AC on high. Not the same, but it blows cold. It's cold enough, and it does get cold, so it works. Maybe the fan motor doesn't blow as hard as brand new fan motors do, but again, the interior is brand new. Don't mind my mess. From what you can tell in here, yeah, the interior is all new, or sorry, is all original, like it was in 1979. And again, everything does work. Tilt cruise, AC, power windows, power door locks. The door locks were a little sticky, so had to take that apart, and really one of the solenoids on one passenger side was a little sticky. Wasn't really locking all that well, but cleaned that up. The power windows work fine. The door locks just needed a little bit of maintenance. That's fine. There's your bird. I don't know how well the shine is going to show up, but again, you know what, for single stage paint and original paint, it is scarred up, scratched up. There's blemishes, patina, etc., but I'm leaving it alone because it's original. You can see a little bit in there. I don't know how well that'll show up on the camera, but you can see some of the patina and blemishes, etc., on the paint. You know, maybe a little spots that are faded just a little bit, or maybe rubbed out, what have you. But overall, I'm not complaining. I like it, and the front end's in great shape. You know, that's kind of an enduro front end, and this one's just in fantastic shape. It popped really nice when I waxed it. The spoiler, no road rash, was well taken care of, was parked inside. These cowls are in great shape, not bent, cracked, broken, or missing pieces. And again, original, 1979. So that's pretty cool. All in all, no other road rash anyplace else on the spoilers. Again, a little bit of patina, some faded spots, scratches, light scratches, I guess, and swirls. But I've been trying to kind of buff them out, wax them out by hand, not using a machine. But you can tell some faded spots there. Again, you know what, from 4 or 5 feet, not gonna really tell. I did actually replace these satin black moldings. I didn't sand them, mask them, and repaint them satin black. They're replaced with aftermarket because the paint had flaked off. And that usually does happen depending where they're located, but you can see these are brand new. I installed them, and they're available through any F-body store. So that was done. New window felts and window sweeps. That I didn't install, but I had that professionally installed because it's a pain in the ass. But both sides needed it because the window sweep was in pretty bad shape. They were in pretty bad shape just due to age and cracking, etc. So did replace that. Also installed a brand new period correct Rochester Quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor, because the accelerator pump went on the original. Hold on, bear with me, guys. So the accelerator pump went, and ended up installing just a period correct Rochester 4-barrel, brand new one. Got that installed along with rebent the fuel line and a brand new fuel pump, because the old fuel pump check valve went on it. It went, so it needed a fuel pump. new fuel line, new carburetor. Just topped off, recharged the AC, and did install a brand new radiator. Griffin 2-row, 1.25 row aluminum rad. Took out the stock 3-core. I've always had aluminum radiators in my muscle cars, so I like them, and I prefer the Griffin. So that's what I went with. It runs consistently 175. Good oil pressure. You know, change the oil, put in 1040 Joe Gibbs hot rod motor oil along with some ZDDP additive. And again, but the oil pressure is great, doesn't run hot, consistently $1.75, no issues. I did repaint underneath the hood, satin black, show you that. That was kind of just discolored, and I wanted it looking brand new and like it did out of the factory, so ended up redoing that and just finishing up in satin black. Used the same moldings, but redid that. But that's a stock and original motor, other than the changes I had spoken about. Okay. And again, no issues, runs strong. I like the way it handles with the WS6 suspension and the steering box, etc. It sure handles and drives really nice. And for 1979, I think it handles and drives pretty damn nice. I really enjoy it. And again, I know I've had comments in the past saying, why didn't you get a 4-speed? Well, I didn't want a 4-speed. I wanted an automatic. I wanted put it in drive, gas and brake, and away you go. I live in Southern California, and if any of you know what the traffic's like in here and the stop and go half the time on the freeways, just did not want a manual. And when I was looking, really hard to find an automatic, especially with low mileage. Really tough. There was a lot of 4-speeds for sale. I've stumbled into a bunch of 4-speeds for sale, and I think people buy them, drive them, and then they get sick and tired of them, and as they get older, they don't want the 4-speed anymore. They don't want the clutch, and who cares? It's got a 400 more horsepower. After a while, that don't matter. That's in my humble opinion, and that's the way I'm thinking, and what I bought what I wanted. So, but it is a blast to drive. Handles really nice. It's very comfortable. So again, that's kind of a couple of more things on this particular my Trans Am. And then I did research. The decals are in the correct place. They are original, and a lot of them were put on by hand in the factory, so they weren't always exactly in the same place, but for the most part, you know, the big ones like the Bird and the Trans Am wording were, but the 6.6 might have been in a couple of different spots, but you're looking at one that's original. You know, the MagnaFlow exhaust is pretty quiet. It's not really that loud. It's just 2.5 inch. It does have the original cat still on it. I'm gonna probably install a high flow cat that will pass state of California due to the smog and emission rules we have out here that many other states are blessed without having. So God bless you on that, but I'm in California, so it's a little different out here. But a high flow cat would make a difference in regards to sound and even flow, and probably a little bit better gas mileage. The gas gauge works, but it's a little off. So when I'm down to, say, a quarter tank on the gas gauge, I'm actually only have about 3, maybe 4 gallons of fuel left. And that's when I'm down to a quarter tank. So it's a little off, but again, I know when I'm hitting a quarter, probably time to fill up. Or, you know, I got 40, 50 more miles to drive and I'm gonna be on empty. So that's the way I kind of look at it. But the T-tops are really nice to have. And come the summertime, I'm going to enjoy, well, California's always summer, right? But today I don't have the T-tops off. So again, I hope you liked the little video. I sure like the car. Just wanted to share. People got questions, you can leave me questions in the comments, concerns, etc. And you don't have to put that the 403s suck. I know what people think of the 403s, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I like it. I like it, and no, it's not the 400, but I love the automatic. So I got no complaints about the 403 and the automatic 79 Trans Ams, and especially this one, which is one of only 7,500, and more importantly, okay, one of like 5,600 and some change. So who knows how many of these are left in the world? Maybe half of the 7,500 are left. Since I've bought this and brought it in from West Virginia, I've been looking on the highways, and every time I'm driving and on the highways looking for another one, and I've yet to see another 10th anniversary Trans Am. And I've had this, I guess a couple of months now, but I've yet to see another one on the highway that's the 10th anniversary at all. And I'm in Southern California, and I don't see one. I actually don't even see a 1979 Trans Am out there. So even that I don't see. I'm assuming they're around, but I haven't seen one. So take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. God bless all of you. Peace out.